Today's topic is graphic method of LPP solution. So we have already done part 1 of this topic where I taught you regarding formulation of LPP, and we talked about the important elements of a linear programming equation, which was your objective function. We talked about some constraints. We talked about non-negative constraints. So this was all about in part 1. Now the next part is about solution of LPP. Now let me tell you that this solution of LPP can be done in two ways. One is your graphical method and the other is your simplex method. So right now we are doing this method and we'll focus on simplex method in the upcoming classes. So this method of solving an LPP is based on a theorem, and this theorem is called as extreme point theorem. Commonly you may have heard about this as a corner solution theorem, as a corner point solution theorem. So according to this theorem, it says that you can get the solution of your linear programming problem on the corner points of the intersection of all the linear program equations, your linear equations particularly. So the first step in this theorem application is going to be to identify the feasible region. Identify the feasible region. So this region is going to have some set of points on a graph, and those points are going to satisfy all the constraints which are given to you in your linear programming problem. Now step 2 is about noting the coordinates of the corner points, and in the step 3 you will look for the optimum solution which you get by putting these coordinates into your objective function. Pardon the background noise. So let us have a look at this by using a question, a very simple question, just a part of question, and we'll do few parts to make it a complete set of problem. So one is that LP program is given to you, and it says that you have to solve it using a graphical method. So the z function is your maximize z is equal to 3x plus 4y, which is subject to the following constraints. What are these constraints? Number 1, 2x plus 2y should be less than equal to 80. 2x plus 4y should be less than equal to 120 and your non-negative constraint. So whatever x और y is, ये क्वांटिटी है, प्राइस है, प्रोडक्शन है, आउटपुट है, या कोई भी चीज है, let us forget about that and consider that the company, the organization want to maximize its function, which is given as z is equal to 3x plus 4y, but it has some constraints of x and y, and these constraints are given. Now the first point towards the solution of this problem is to find out, is to determine the feasible region. So what we'll do, we'll try to get some coordinates, we'll try to plot these constraints on a graph paper. So we have done this practice in the past also. In your previous classes you have studied how to get these points. So we'll rewrite these constraints in equality format as 2x plus 2y is equal to 8, and we'll try to get some coordinates. Similarly, we'll write this as, to get the coordinates again, to plot them on a graph paper. So if you put x is equal to 0 here, your y is going to be 40. Again, if you put y is equal to 0 here, your x is going to be बताएंगे आप लोग? Again 40. In this point, in this case, we say x is equal to 0, your y is equal to 30, and when your y is equal to 0, your x is equal to 60. So you have few points, you have these two coordinates to define this constraint, and you have these coordinates to define this function. When we plot this on a graph paper, say it is a graph paper, when we try to plot it on a graph paper, we will be getting these constraints on a graph line. So this is your x axis, this is your y axis, origin. So what you get some line, two lines. So let me make it easy for you. 40 comma 0, it is 0 comma 40, and again this is your 0 comma 30, and this is your 60 comma 0. So you have these coordinates, and at the intersection you also have a point. So let us satisfy the constraint first. Your constraint number 1 says that 2x plus 2y should be less than equal to 80. Now 2x plus 2y जो हम डिफाइन कर रहे हैं वो 40 से कर रहे हैं. ये वाली लाइन जो है, this line is depicting your 2x plus 2y less than equal to. So we see that the common area, that this all the points which are falling below this line will definitely satisfy this constraint. And when we look at the other point, 2x plus 4y less than equal to 180, this is the line which is depicting the second constraint. So the points which are below this line are going to satisfy the second constraint. So these are the points which this will satisfy. So together only this area is satisfied by both of these two lines. I hope you can see this. Yeah. So this is the area, this is the feasible area which these constraints are giving. So now you have some corner points. What are these corner points? Number 1, 0 0, we call it as O. Other corner point is your this point, let us give it a name. Let us call it as A. Then you have another corner point, this point B, another corner point as C. So we have 4 corner points O, A, B and C. And the coordinates of these points are, this is 0 comma 0, this is A. So A is given 0 comma 30, this is B. So B, either you can get it graphically by plotting these lines on graph, or either by solving these two equations. When you solve these two equations, you will get the value of x and y, the intersection point. So when you solve these two constraints, you will get intersection points of these two lines. So your B coordinates is 20 comma 20, you can get it by solving it, and the last C coordinate is your 40 comma 0. Now on the other column, in the third column, we will write our objective function, which is 3x plus 4y, and what we will do, we will make another column of z, the value of z. So you are going to put these values into this function, you write the value. So you write z is equal to 3 into x 0 plus 4 into 30. So this will give you a value which is 120. Again you will put these value and you will get this 140. You will put again these values, these corner point coordinates into the objective function, and you will get these values. And you see the objective is to maximize this z, and the maximum value of z you are getting at this point. So a solution, your optimum solution is this one. So this is your optimum solution. So you say that if the value of x, if the value of x is 20 and value of y is 20, this will satisfy all the constraints, this will get fit into these constraints, and this will maximize the output. So there are many values who will satisfy these constraints, but out of those values which will give the maximum output is your x is equal to 20 and y is equal to 20. So this is the simplest way to understand your corner point theory of LPP solution through graphic method. Now if you have any doubt, you may ask. Can you please confirm your presence? Anyone in the group?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so you get it?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So moving on, we'll do some questions, some exercise, and then we'll move towards the other type of solutions. So what the basic approach is going to be the same approach which we followed in this question, but the difficulty may raise depending on the type of problem you get. So the formulation is going to be difficult, but the solution is going to be simple. Now let us look at another question which is the same example from your book, and this says that you need to maximize this zx plus 6y, you need to maximize this profit or whatever the function it is, and this is subject to some constraints. Sometimes there are 2 constraints, sometimes there are 4 constraints, so it can be any number of constraints depending on the level of problem. And the non-negative constraint, which is this. So what we do, we try to formulate them on a graph. So पहले हम इसको एक नॉर्मल इक्वेशन बनाते हैं इनइक्वालिटी से हटा करके, and you try to plot it on a graph. How? Simple. You put 0 x, you'll get value of y as 12. You get y as 0, you'll get the value of 12 x as 4. Again, so you have to do it fairly. आप इस तरह से रफली इसको नहीं करेंगे, आप तरीके से अपना जिस तरह से एग्जाम में करते हैं उस तरह से फेयर होके करेंगे. So in this, if you put the value of x as 0, you will get the value of y as 34 divided by 5, which is going to around 6.8. कुछ ऐसा आपको फिगर मिलेगा. And when you put the value of y as 0, you will get the value of x as 17. Now we are going to plot these on a graph. आप इसको प्लॉट कीजिए. प्लॉटिंग का अप्रॉक्सीमेशन आपको सही रखना है. सो मैं इसको अगर मैक्सिमम मेरे लिए जाएगा x 17, तो मैं इसको अगर 5 की गैप पे लूँ, 5 10 15 20, सिमिलरली यहाँ 5 10 15 and 20. This is your 0, this is your x and y. Now plot the first equation. When x is 0, y is 12. So 12 is somewhere at this point. When x is 4 at this point, तो आपका ये बन गई पहली constraint. This is your first constraint. So let me rewrite it. Let me try to be more precise and use some more your ICT. Okay, so do we have line here? Okay, fine, carry on. Let us, yeah, I think this is the line. Yes, so 12 to 4. Fine. Next is, this is your equation 1. This is your first constraint. तो फर्स्ट कंस्ट्रेंट हमने दे दिया. नेक्स्ट सेकंड कंस्ट्रेंट को हम लोग ब्लू लाइन से डिपिक्ट करते हैं, और 0 to 0 x है, 6.8 y है. 6.8 इज समवेयर एट दिस पॉइंट, एंड 17 is somewhere at 15 to 17 at this point, and we connect it through a line. So now we have two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Now let us satisfy the first constraint. It says that this जो भी वैल्यूज है ना इसके अंडर में आनी चाहिए, लेस देन इक्वल टू है. तो यू पुट ऑल दीज वैल्यूज, ऑल द वैल्यू, एनी वैल्यू विच इज बिलो दिस लाइन, एंड यू पुट in this equation, you will get below 12 value, less than 12. So all the area which is coming under this line is going to satisfy this constraint. So again, this is the feasible reason under this constraint. But when we look at the other line, we say that area below this line is the feasible reason, and we try to find out the common area. We get this area. So we say that the common area which is getting under the both of these two lines is this one. So now the job is here to get the corner points. So this corner point we have it. We have this at the intersection. So you may get it by simply drawing it on the graph if your graph is precise, and secondly, you can also get it, and I'll recommend you to to get this value by solving these two equations. So the number one point is your 0, O, other is your A, B and C. Again you have 4 points, O, A, B and C, and the coordinates you have this 0, 0. At A you have this coordinate as your 6.0, 6.8. B you need to calculate. You have this C. C point is your सी पॉइंट कौन सा है? 4,0, राइट?
Sir, that is C point.
Okay,
4, 0.
thank you so much. It means you are listening. All right, so how we can get this b value? How we can get this b value?
Sir, by solving the equation.
Okay, can you solve it for me?
Yes, sir. 2,6.
Great, very good. So this
Yes, sir.
value is 2,6. So I don't think there is need to calculate this z value for you. You are smart enough and you will definitely calculate this value and you'll get to the maximum value. Fine. So we'll move to the other question and we'll try to uncover the next difficulty level. So how the examiner raises the difficulty here? Please mute. आप किसी का माइक ऑन है, प्लीज म्यूट कर लीजिए. So how this examiner increases or raises the difficulty bar here? They'll just add the constraints, they'll make the equation complex, they'll give you a problem and expect you to formulate the equation first, then solve it. So that is how the difficulty raises. And the second element of raising the difficulty is giving the constants in the equation which are not perfectly divisible, and you will get their values in fraction, just to confuse the students, just to make the calculations a bit complex. So you can overpower these and you can cope with these problems by doing more practice. Another question is maximize this z, 50x plus 30y, which is subjected to this 2x plus y greater than 80. Now you see that this is greater, and definitely this is going to be lower graph, as so that we can get some values in the corner solution. X plus y is greater than 12, 3x plus y less than 34. Now this says that you have 2 as greater than equal to function and 1 as less than equal to function. So logically you will see that some solutions will be beyond these lines in this as the constraint is greater than equal to, but there is one line which says less than equal to. So when this line will be higher than these two lines, only then you will get some solution. So एक मोटा मोटा आईडी मुझे यहाँ से लग रहा है, कुछ इस तरह से ग्राफ आपका बनने जा रहा है. Coming back to the question, again you will find out the corner points for these constraints by putting these constraints in a graph, and depending on the satisfaction, the feasible region, you will make a common feasible region for these constraints. Then you will try to calculate, try to determine the corner points coordinates, and you try to fit all those coordinates in the objective function, and then you will get your values. So all the questions in this particular chapter are about this. And before moving on, before finishing this unit, this chapter, let us look at some other solutions which will be there in this chapter. And these solutions are your multiple optimum solutions, or your infeasible solution, redundant solutions. So एक बार उनको देख लेते हैं और उसके बाद हम इसको कंप्लीट करके कुछ क्वेश्चंस इसके प्रॉब्लम वाले देखेंगे. तो पहले टॉपिक्स को कवर किया जाए. टॉपिक्स क्या है? सो इनको कहा जाता है एज एक्सेप्शनल केसेस. क्या है ये एक्सेप्शनल केसेस? व्हाट आर दीज एक्सेप्शनल केसेस? यू विल फाइंड कि ऐसे केसेस जहां पर सॉल्यूशन आपको नहीं मिलता, जहां पर कोई एरिया नहीं बनता, where there is very difficult to find the corner points and you have a vast infinite solution range, उनको हम लोग एक्सेप्शनल केसेस में डालते हैं. क्या है? You will find one as infeasible solution, और इसको कई जगह पर नो फीजिबल सॉल्यूशन भी कहा जाता है. नो फीजिबल सॉल्यूशन. नेक्स्ट इज योर अनबाउंडेड सॉल्यूशन, जहां पर आपका एरिया जो है बाउंड नहीं हो पाता. व्हेन यू डू नॉट गेट द लिमिट्स, ग्रेटर देन वाले कंस्ट्रेंट्स हैं, ग्रेटर देन का कोई लिमिट नहीं है. In the third point, you will find multiple optimum solutions. And the fourth one is your redundant solution. इन चारों के बारे में हम लोग थोड़ा आज जानते हैं. रिडंडेंट कहा जाता है, रिडंडेंसी कहा जाता है, रिडंडेंसी सॉल्यूशंस. दो वट एवर गिवन टू यू, you have to solve it and your solution may reach to the specific values or some exceptional cases. The number one case is your infeasible solution, or when you cannot get the solution in the feasible range. So it will be like you have this graph, just a minute, you have a graph like this, you get the area under this as this, and there is another graph like this, and the area for this which satisfy the constraint is this. So these two lines are not meeting at any point, rather one is less than equal to function, other is your greater than equal to constraint. So it is you do not have the third one. So again it is very difficult to get the corner points as you do not have any feasible solution. So this is going to be your infeasible solution. So when we try to solve this and you get such graph, you will write it as that this system of linear equations, this system of linear programming problems do not have a feasible solution. Unbounded. So under this unbounded you will have these graphs like this. Okay, so this is giving you these points. Under unbounded you will be having like these graphs, you have these constraints. So this is giving you points above this line, this is giving you points above this line. So all these constraints are signaling towards the higher values, but they do not have any limiting points, they do not have any limiting constraint. So in that way it is not possible to bound this system of linear problems, to bound these constraints, and hence it is your unbounded solution. Moving on to the third point. Third is your multiple optimum solution. So this is a better situation in these exceptional cases. Multiple optimum solution, or in this case you will get your values it says that the value is below this line, it is below this line. So you will get these points, you will get these points, these points, these points, these points as your corner solutions. And the value, when you put these values, these coordinates values in your z function, two of the functions, be it a and c, these two are giving you the same output, same z value. In that case, these 2 points are satisfying your constraints and they are giving you the maximum output which your z function is asking for. So that is how this multiple optimum solution case exists in this exceptional case system. Next, the fourth one is your redundant solution or a situation of redundancy. Now redundancy, literally when we go about redundancy, it asks for the repeated words which are not required. For example, when we say where is your PAN number, so in this scenario, in this particular statement, this number is not required. Why? Because it is already there in the n. So in a system of linear equations, if there is any constraint who is not causing any difference to the problem, is redundant. So we call it as redundant system. Example, you have this constraint, there is other constraint, this is also a greater than equal to constraint, and this is also greater than equal to constraint. So this is asking for these values and this is asking for these values, and you say common values are these values. So the presence of this constraint is not causing any difference. This constraint is not causing any difference, and that is why this is a redundant linear function. So this was your all about solution to a linear programming problem. So content wise this was all, but type of questions and the level of difficulty you will learn by solving more questions. And we are going to solve few questions which are important from the point of view of your exam. So let us discuss one question, and I'll give time to you to solve this. So a carpenter has started a workshop in which he manufactures handcrafts. So there is a carpenter who has started a workshop. In which he manufactures handcrafts. So ultimately handcrafts का काम है. Each cart, so this is hand cart, not handcraft. This is hand cart. जो लकड़ी की गाड़ियाँ होती हैं हाथों की, ये वो बनाते हैं. आप सब ने शायद रूरल एरिया में देखी भी हो. कहता है एक कार्ट के अंदर, एक हैंड कार्ट के अंदर एक फ्रेम होगा, वन फ्रेम एंड टू व्हील्स. एक फ्रेम है, दो व्हील हैं. एक फ्रेम यूजेस 3 आवर्स, एक फ्रेम यूजेस 3 आवर्स and a wheel uses 2 hours of labor. Of which जिसके 90 hours पर वीक अवेलेबल हैं. ध्यान दीजिएगा, दिस इज द कंप्लीट क्वेश्चन. कहता है कि एक कारपेंटर है जो हैंड कार्ट बनाता है. ही इज मेकिंग अ हैंड कार्ट एंड वन हैंड कार्ट इज हैविंग वन फ्रेम एंड टू व्हील्स. इट सेज दैट frame uses 3 hours of labor and wheel uses 2 hours of labor, and it has 90 hours of labor per week. The carpenter wants that he should manufacture at least 10 carts. क्या चाहता है भाई? At least 10 carts वो बनाए. कब? During a week. Why the weekly figure is given? फ्रेम का कॉस्ट क्या है? फ्रेम कॉस्ट 500 रुपीज and wheel cost 200 rupees. You have to formulate an LPP using graphic method, solve it और ऑप्टिमल प्रोडक्शन प्लान आपको चाहिए. तो यहां पर जो आपका फंक्शन होने वाला है ना, वो कॉस्ट को मिनिमाइज करने वाला होने वाला है. आइए ध्यान देते हैं इसमें से इंपॉर्टेंट बातें क्या है, उनको अलग निकाल लेते हैं. इसकी इक्वेशन भी आप ही बनाने वाले हैं. एटलीस्ट 10 कार्ट्स उसको बनानी है. ठीक है भाई, ये इस बिजनेस वो इन्वॉल्व है कार्ट में. इस एक कार्ट के अंदर एक फ्रेम होगा, 2 व्हील होंगी. ठीक है, अब मुझे कितनी कार्ट बनानी है? एटलीस्ट 10 कार्ड्स ड्यूरिंग अ वीक. एक हफ्ते में कम से कम 10 कार्ड बनानी है. 10 कार्ड बनानी है तो कितने व्हील लगेंगे, कितने फ्रेम लगेंगे, मुझे बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. हमें सिर्फ नंबर से फोकस करना है. फ्रेम का संबंध है 3 आवर्स के लेबर के साथ और व्हील का संबंध है 2 आवर्स के लेबर के साथ. कॉस्ट आपको दी गई है. अब अगर आप x को नंबर ऑफ फ्रेम मान लें और व्हील को नंबर ऑफ y मान लें तो आप आसानी से इसका कॉस्ट फंक्शन निकाल सकते हैं. कैसे? आइए, z वुड बी इक्वल टू 500 व्हील का है तो हम फ्रेम को x मान रहे हैं. 500 है फ्रेम का तो फ्रेम x हो गया, प्लस 200 है व्हील का तो फिर ये हो गया आपका कॉस्ट. यू नीड टू मिनिमाइज दिस फंक्शन. बाकी के कंस्ट्रेंट्स आप खुद इसको फॉर्मुलेट करेंगे और इसका सॉल्यूशन निकाल करके मुझे नेक्स्ट क्लास में बताएंगे. फॉर मी दिस LPP इज ओवर. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन योर प्रैक्टिस नाउ. If you face any problem, you can come to me anytime and we will schedule a different special session different from the class for the solution of your problems. Thank you.